It it feels cold. I know that sounds funny. We've got a lot to get done tonight, so let me get the gate for you and let's head on down to the farm and let's get busy. It is a Tuesday evening, just in from work. Got a new battery for the truck. We're going to be getting that put on. We had one more of our ewes delivered today, so that means as of right now we have one girl left in this lambing group. So never fear, we've got another group that'll be coming up in just a few weeks. We've got a lot of caretaking and a lot of growing lambs to catch a video of for the next few weeks until we get ready to move our next group in. Our next group are still over here on the far side in front of the barn. Actually, they have a pretty large area to graze all the way back through there, all the way back up to past the front of the house. So they've got a pretty good graze area. And considering, unfortunately, the way the grass situation is right now, they're going to probably go through pretty much every bit of it because it is getting thin everywhere. But everybody's having the same problem. Been having a lot of conversations about that over the last couple of days. People trying to decide what they're going to do if they can't get hay, if they feed costs keep going up. There's no hay to cut for many people. There's no hay to buy for others like us. So I don't know. It's going to be a difficult year in many different ways. So we'll just have to wait and see how it all pans out. Alright, maybe that'll take care of this for a while. Well, you got a quick view of some of the inside feeding with the mamas and the lambing pens and the individual pens as that goes. So got kind of a glimpse of that tonight. Getting a little bit too dark to do much more filming out here except for in the barn. Fortunately, what I have left to do is going to be mostly outside. So I guess we'll sign off for this Tuesday night and see you back here tomorrow unless something happens with the babies. Well, good Wednesday to you. I tell you what, that's one thing I don't like about this time of year. By the time you get home from work and grab a bite to eat and get ready to get started, it's already getting dark. Won't be long before it will be dark by the time you even get home. I don't even like to think about that. Anyway, we've got feed to unload. We've got sheep to feed. We've got cows to feed. And it is their cube night tonight. Actually, it was last night, but by the time I got the battery on the truck and got started, it was just getting too dark. Because if you feed them when it gets too dark, they can't see it because feed cubes on the ground. Not the best of both worlds, but anyway. And they can't see them and they just walk over them and waste them. So I'm going to run out there. That's the first thing I'm going to do when I get out there is get them fed. And then I'll get the tractor moved around, get the water tank filling up on the tractor, get this feed unloaded, and get started with the sheep. All right, so let's get down there and get busy. All right, so we're heading down to get the cows before it gets dark, if I can. This is where I get run over, and I know I'm gonna get run over. So I usually just prepare myself. Alright. Yay! Didn't get run over. Ah. Hello. Why won't it stop? Well, good evening. It is Thursday, next to the last day of the month. That means the girls that were in the barn for this first lambing group had until tomorrow to have their babies, because by the calendar and the breeding dates, that would be the last possible due date. Well, my wife tells me that when she came home at lunch today to bottle the bottle babies, that the last girl delivered today. So our first group lambing is done. We'll have another group that'll be kicking off in a few weeks. and then another group after that. So we are nowhere near done lambing, but we're just wrapping up for this section. Percentages, not real sure of right now. I had to sit down, put pen and paper to it, but the breeding rate was nowhere near what we were really hoping. But you know, still, it's going to be nice to be able to have babies on the early markets and some of the good prices. Well, it is a Friday. It is going to be kind of a short night tonight, in that we have finally finished our first group of lambing. So no more expected to lamb in this first section. We'll be moving those that did not lamb. We'll be moving them out to the far pasture where the rams are. So hopefully they'll be able to breed for one of our later sessions of lambs. We'll have another group that'll be coming up in probably about 4 or 5 weeks that will be moving in and getting them ready to start having the lambs. So that'll be our next section that'll be coming up. So until then, it's going to be a lot like tonight, which is going to be, I'm getting out of here a little bit early so I can go ahead and get the cows cubed before it gets dark, because after it gets dark it gets a little crazy to try to get that done. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and get the water turned on. But we do have quite a few pretty healthy, happy babies, which that's always a good thing. Yes, I hear you. I hear you. I was afraid that they don't make a whole lot of noise, that you will forget to feed them, like that would ever happen. Hey girls, guys, there's little man and son. You are loud, big mouth. Tracy there. Usually when after we feed the mamas, they'll often get cracking pretty good, because then they've got room to run more. So that's usually when I get really tickled at them. I'll tell you, when you get used to finishing up feeding at night and it's still 90 degrees, and then you get to where we're at now, where you finish up feeding at night and it's 60 something degrees, it feels cold. I know that sounds funny, but I know you can't see me very well. Just any consolation, I can't see me very well either.